What's up, y'all? This is my little story time that I wanted to finally get out here. I've been trying to do it over and over again. Will be my third time recording it, or my fourth time recording it, either way. But I don't want to make it too long because I feel like y'all won't really watch it if it be too long. So I'm going to do it this time again, and I'm going to release this one. So this is my story time about the time that I went to the U.S. Navy boot camp. This is my little shirt that I had when I left from a lot of other people that I was in separations with. Yes, I said it, separations. I did go home. I thought I wanted to do this video because a lot of times you see the videos from people who went to the Navy and they stayed, or, you know, they went on through with it, or stuff like that. So this is a video from the opposing side. So let's just talk about from the very first moment that I got there. I got there July 26th, which was a Tuesday. I got to Great Lakes, Illinois at approximately 8 p.m. They start getting aggressive with you at the airport. Like, soon as you get there in Chicago, when you get through the airport and you go to the little welcome center for the veterans or whatnot, they tell you where to go, and you're gonna go meet the first group of RDCs, which are petty officers. They will be in peanut butters. And so they immediately start yelling at you, hurry your ass up. It's like go time. As soon as you cross the other side of that airport, the civilians are looking at you like, oh my God, like this is really, some people are really intrigued, like it's really going to hell down. This is really where boot camp for our U.S. Navy starts. So I really didn't care. I wasn't really embarrassed because it's obvious what we're doing. We're joining the military. So let's say when we got to the base, we on this long charter bus, and it's like you're turning into these gates, and you're just like, oh my God, you just have the fucking videos that I've watched on YouTube of turning into the station. It's really happening. I'm really sitting on this bus. Don't go to sleep on the bus. It's a 40-minute long, boring ride of a video of Captain Garrick. Basically, the top rules of being in boot camp. When I got off of the bus, it was instant yelling like, hurry up, stay to the right. When you walk in this room, basically when you walk in the building, drop your brown file that you've been carrying with you to the airport, drop it in the bin, keep moving, don't step on the flags. You're gonna line up on both sides of it. You're gonna pull out your phone, you're gonna make your first phone call that you've ever made, and you let them know that you made it, and you're there, and they'll speak to you again in a couple of weeks. Then you're gonna proceed to keep on going. They drug tested us, they made us pee in the cup. Well, me, I couldn't pee, so they told me to go in one of the stalls and try to push out a shit so I could pee. And so, whatever. I didn't have to shit, but somehow, some way by me pushing, I could pee. So, that was that. So, you're gonna stand in line holding this cup of pee above your shoulder for the longest, waiting in line to walk up and verify like your social security number and something like that, and sign here, initial there. It's just like a bunch of shit they're gonna make you do. And they're gonna collect all of the pee and stuff like that. You're gonna move forward, and then you're gonna be seeing the next group of people in the hallway doing their phone calls. It's like y'all are all going into boot camp the same day, and these are divisions forming. And so I know I can't remember, like immediately I remember a female petty officer cussing out one of the female recruits. I remember she was like, the girl had on, I think she had on, like I remember, she had on some makeup. She had on some lip gloss or lipstick or some eyeshadow or something like that, and some mascara. That petty officer got on her face and was like, oh, you think you running shit, huh? Take that shit off. Go in the bathroom and take that shit off. And I'm thinking in my head, like, who the hell, why would you come to motherfucking boot camp with makeup on? You were setting yourself up for that. So I'm out here, not that big of a deal. It's not really you. It's not really applying to you. You're not in trouble. If it doesn't apply, let it fly, right? So my back is killing me. my back is killing me. Oh my God, my back is killing me. We've been standing like this in the same position for the longest, and my back is on 10. I'm so sore. So I get to like wiggling around and stuff. Worst mistake ever. I got my ass chewed out the very first night I got there because I said and my back was hurting. He told me to stand my ass in the hallway. He was like, come here. We had just got done trying on the soles for our boots. I stepped on this little Dr. Scholl's thing to see what your foot comfort thing was. And I'm looking like, where do I go next? Because nobody's really directing me. So I'm like, okay. I was like, where do I go next? He was like, come here. He walked me outside. He stood me. He told me, he was like, stand right there, face forward at attention. Shut your fucking mouth. I was like, I didn't say nothing though. And he let me stand right there for about a good 10 minutes. He came back. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be real, a little tear dropped out my eye. I was just like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Like, you knew this wasn't for you. I mean, you know this wasn't for you. You listened to your fucking recruiter. You knew this was not for you. You're too much for the military, as I still am. So he came back. This is the chief. He was a black chief. I'll never forget his face. He came back and he was like, let me ask you something, son. He was like, where are you from? And I was like, Detroit. And he was like, how old are you? I was like 18. And he was like, 18. And you just graduated from high school? I was like, yeah. He's like, let me guess, a recruiter talked you into coming here. I was like, no. And he was like, so why you come here? I was like, for the money, free college, and pretty much travel. And he was like, oh, so you don't really need this. You didn't really come with a family around like that. I was like, no, I really just didn't want to go to college. So I pretty much figured it was either this or college. And so he was like, I'm going to tell you right now. He was like, you ain't going to make it. And I never forgot that. And I was always finding myself trying to fight and like, oh, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. Because he said I wasn't going to make it. Meanwhile, I knew I did not want to be here. And it wasn't even because of boot camp. I just didn't want to do this shit for real. I'm like, look at this shit. Joining the goddamn Navy for a goddamn Charger or a Challenger. And now my ass sitting here going through this shit. Imagine that. Because everybody know my Charger, that's my dream car. Like, I wanted that. And I pretty much joined it for that. And because I wanted to go to Dubai. Right? Who does want to go to Dubai? So, I will tell you, this dude got his ass chewed out in the first night too. He was so damn scared, he threw up. They threw his ass a mop and a bucket and told him to clean that shit up. They asked this boy, where is he from? And it was like, I'll have this one question for you. And it was like, he was like, yes sir. And he was like, who the fuck put you in my goddamn Navy, you fucking dumbass? I was like, damn. He was like, do me a favor, cause you ain't gonna make it either. He was like, when you go home, I want you to go to your motherfucking recruiter and slap the shit out of him because he put you in here for a check. I was like, damn. Okay, I'm glad I didn't get all of that. So, these people who you're pretty much going to be surrounded by are in your division for the most part. So, moving forward, P-Days, your first week of boot camp doesn't really count for shit. They tell you boot camp is 8 weeks, it's 8 weeks. It's not, your boot camp is 9 weeks. It's not 8. The first week is P-Days, which doesn't really count for shit. You have P1, P2, P3, P4, and P5. 1-1. 1-1 is what counts. Weekends do not count. The only thing that counts in your training is Monday through Friday. But let me remind you, you're training Sunday to Saturday. You're training 7 days a week, but the only thing that's counting is 5 out of those 7 days you're training. Imagine fucking that. So, let me see, what's next? Food. The food is absolutely terrible. If your people can cook for real, I don't know where y'all come from, but if your family can cook and you're used to good cooking, especially like some good, like soul food, you can kiss that shit goodbye for 2 months because their food is terrible. Let me tell you, I caught food poisoning in boot camp out of their galley. The food was terrible. Now the breakfast is okay, I will tell you that. you're being served, your food is being served by the Goodwill. These are like contractors, I believe. Like they're contracting with the Goodwill. And they're serving your food. Like this food is terrible. It's terrible. It's packaged food. It's food that's bought off of the taxpayers' dollars, basically. And it's garbage. The people who are servicing you are people with disabilities. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. I don't discriminate because people have disabilities, but you might have somebody who's serving you who have Down syndrome. This person might have a short arm. It's just like, what the hell is this? I'm not discriminating at all, but it's just kind of like, where do y'all have me at? Like, y'all have people in here, this person right here was crying, this person over there is getting yelled at, this motherfucker right here, emo as shit, and his parents sent him here. This one right here has no common sense, and he's sitting up here banging plates and shit on the damn table. What the fuck is this circus y'all have me in? It's how I pretty much felt. Because let me tell you, I'm from Detroit, and people do some wild shit, but a lot of times, I don't know, from my background, people I've been associated with have common sense. These people have no common sense. You could be in here with a fucking 30-year-old fucking who retarded as fuck. Like, who raised you? Is how you would feel. You have to have a great deal of patience when you go in here because people are coming from all 50 states and territories. I had a boy in my division who was from fucking Guam who had these fucking nasty ass patches in his head, and I thought it was like an infection, but it wasn't. You had people who were in there who was from fucking China. You had people in there who came from Puerto Rico. It's all kind of shit. People who came from Jamaica or something, they trying to come to join the military to get a fucking U.S. citizenship. You have all kind of shit going on in there. They make you get all of these damn shots while you are in P-Days. They give you a total of 12 shots. A total of 12 shots. So I would suggest that you try to get your shot record to your recruiter. I believe that if you do bring your shot record, it reduces the amount of shots that you do have to receive. The peanut butter shot is real. They talk about the penicillin shot in your butt cheek. That shit is real. Don't let them tell you that it's not, because it is. They also give you these 2 pills in a cup. A blue pill, like a pinkish red pill. Now, don't ask me what they are. They try to give us this type of paperwork on it, but I'm a big person with conspiracy, so I just don't take pills I don't see that are labeled. These 2 plain colored pills you're giving me, they weren't sealed. You just giving me a cup and telling me to throw it back. I don't think so. I don't know what that is, and my mama didn't raise me like that. You're not about to just fucking take that shit because they said take it. No. Hell no. So what I did was I threw those pills in my mouth and put them under my tongue. When we walked out of Red Rover, which was like the clinic for us, I spit them hoes right in the grass. And the boy in my division seen it, and he was cracking up. He's like, "You really didn't take those pills?" Hell no, I didn't. Let me tell you, we were in that building for about 5 minutes. Those pills were under my tongue sitting in spit. You mean to tell me when I spit those pills into my hand, they had not dissolved or changed forms, not one bit? What the fuck was that? Because the pills I know break down when they're wet. This pill did not even change colors. They didn't turn white. They were still blue and pinkish red. They did not change at all. I'm not fucking with it. They drew blood. I know people were passing out from getting their blood drawn. I'm just like, what in the hell did I sign up for? I ain't never seen no shit like this. They made it take like this chemical shower type of thing. It was like this packet. And it was like a body wash, like a thing. And basically it's supposed to strip any foreign bacteria off of your skin. And they gave us these little packets, and when we had to shower, we put the pour all over our bodies and like let it just run down our bodies and then shower as normal. And it was supposed to kill anything that we could have been bringing from wherever we came from. Because you had all these damn foreigners in there with y'all. The haircuts are terrible. Watch out for the dragon lady. I was fucking cursed with getting her the second time. The first time I didn't have her, I had this other lady, and the second time I actually had the dragon lady when we had our chili bowl haircuts for like week 3 haircuts. You only get haircuts 3 different times. These haircuts you're paying for, they're gonna give you like these little Next gift cards with $150 on them. It's free to spend stuff. My advice to you would be, when you're shipping out to go to boot camp, do not really bring that much stuff, because I know I sent my stuff back home with my family at MEPS. When I was leaving, the only thing I took with me was my cell phone and the clothes that I had on. But other than that, I sent everything back home with them. So I didn't have to pay for that big of a shipping. You're gonna get issued everything on that night one. It's so much stuff, you're gonna have to label everything. I feel like boot camp was terrible. Me personally, I hated it. Would I do it again? Hell no. I mean, it was terrible. I hated it. I had some really good times, especially after TAPS. TAPS is when you go to sleep. We did a lot of stuff we had no business doing after TAPS, which is normal. Your division is going to fight all the time. If I had to give you any advice, it would be to let your division know that you seen this YouTube video and tell them that my advice to y'all were, get along. Stop trying to control everything. Everybody cannot be the boss. Another piece of advice I would give to you would be to go in there with a divisional job. When you go in there, you want to be RPOC if you're okay with being the leader and getting in trouble for what everybody else is doing. You want to be an RPOC or you want to be a head yeoman. These two jobs, I would say. I was my division's head yeoman. I skated with so much shit. Anytime that I seen the division about to get their ass beat for something, oh hell no, I was just moseying my way on along into that goddamn office because I mysteriously had some damn paperwork to do now. I mysteriously had some hard cards to document or some shit. I was always getting the fuck on because I was not getting my ass beat for little stupid shit that I know could have been avoided if y'all really just listened to me. I really should have been the RPOC, and my RDCs agreed that I should have been the RPOC, but they didn't want to make me the RPOC because they said I had an anger issue and an attitude problem. And so they said that I was at risk of being like a person who lashed out at the division or was too aggressive with the division. So they made me a head yeoman instead because it's kind of like I was in my own little world all the time doing paperwork on my own. I was head yeoman. I got fired from being head yeoman to being a medical yeoman. Medical yeoman is basically like the head yeoman's assistant, the second one in charge. I was the head yeoman. I was fired from being head yeoman and basically demoted down to medical yeoman. And medical yeoman became head yeoman. And I got fired. And then he got fired and became medical yeoman again. I became head yeoman again. The only person who never ever moved was the dental yeoman. Nobody gives a fuck about the dental yeoman. He's just like, you're an assistant to an assistant. Next. And section leaders. But I would say overall, the person who has the hardest job who's in boot camp is the RPOC because he's going to get in trouble regardless of what goes on. He's going to get in trouble because they feel like he's supposed to be in charge. Get in good with your RDCs. Do not be a problem. Do not be a nuisance. Stand out for sure. Be vocal. If they asking for somebody's opinion or asking for volunteers, always be the one who volunteers for important shit because that's going to get you in good graces and they're going to be less likely to fuck with you if you don't give them a headache. Don't talk. Don't be nosy. Do everything early. Like when y'all are about to have reveille is when you wake up in the morning at like 05:30. When you get up early. I know it's hard. Get up early. Make your bed, shave, and kind of get dressed and lay on top of your rack. Don't mess up your sheets. Like do everything early. So when you're coming up and they waking y'all up, but you're laying on top of everything, you've done everything already. It's gonna be easy for you to get shit done and get in the toe line because you've already done everything before everybody else woke up. Do not talk in the hallways. Do not talk in the hallways. I swear. And don't always go to sick call. Don't be doing shit like that. Try to avoid getting pink eye. Don't fucking trust nobody for real. You're gonna make some friends in there. Maybe one or two. At the end of the day, everybody's in there for their own reason and for their own good. And it's every man for themselves. So at the end of the day, watch it. Watch it. Because the only people who you're gonna really become friends with are the people who you're going through tough times with. Or you getting your ass beat with. You be getting in trouble with. Because I had one dude in there, we were really, really close. And I still keep in contact with him. He's in the fleet right now, but I came home. But we were just like this in there, and I still talk to him. I actually have put 5 to 7 people in the Navy. Per them, they have all told me they don't like being there. They're ready to go home. They absolutely hate it. I mean, they have some fun times, but overall, they would much rather be at home and they wish they didn't join. So take these things into account when you're joining. Make sure you dig deep on everything. GI Bill. Ask for specifics. The 9/11 tuition assistance. Ask in specifics. Dig deep because the recruiters will lie to you. They only tell you the tip of the iceberg. They don't tell you what's beneath it because everything is more to it. It may sound realistic, he might tell you enough so you go, okay, yeah, I could trust him. You know what I'm saying? But these are sales tactics. I have learned these sales tactics. I work for the biggest mortgage company in the nation right now. I am a salesman now. Me joining the Navy, I can tell you, I was sold. I wasn't buying this shit. Recruiters will sell it to you, and you will buy it, but are you really buying it or are you sold? Because see, when people are sold, you're more likely to have buyer's remorse, right? And that's exactly what I did. I was sold on the Navy. I didn't buy it. So, I made it very far in training. I was almost done. People were like, what the hell? You going home? We almost done. But I didn't give a shit because it was so many things that were told to me going into boot camp that I found out the truth about when I got in there. Okay? You can't just, like the berthing areas, the compartments on a ship when you hit that fleet, where you sleep at on those ships, it's like a slither of a bed. It's like a whole prison type of way of living. Hell no. Send me home. Get me out of here. Do it, medical discharge, whatever you gotta do, get me out. Because no, hell no. And see, people were like, really? You came home? Because I went in there with ranking. I was an E3 and I also have a commander coin. People knew I was destined for greatness when it came to being in there. But it's so strict and so locked down in there. Hell no. Let me tell you, you have two different ways of being tried in the military. You can either have, say for instance, God forbid I got a DUI. I could be double tried. I could be tried under the UCMJ, the Uniform Code of Military Justice, and in the regular law system as a civilian. You could be double tried. So anything that you can do and get a charge for, times it by 2. You're not going to tell me I can't go home when I put in this request for a leave and stuff like that, because recruiters make it seem like, oh yeah, well you put in request for leave home, it get approved. You can go visit home. It's not that simple. They will tell you that when you're going into it. When you find out the things that are true when you get in there, you can find out it's not that simple just to go home. Are they portrayed to be? You don't know if you are going to go home for this holiday because it has to be approved. So my advice to people who are thinking about going into the military is you have to make sure you're okay with being away from your family for God knows how long. Because when you go on deployment, or you're out at sea, you don't have no connection to talk to your family. Okay, so you could be, these ships have Wi-Fi on them. For one, you have to pay for them. And for two, it's trash. The Wi-Fi is fucking trash. The signal goes out. These are things that I was told by my RDCs. And these are things that have been confirmed by people who I know who are in the fleet right now. That Wi-Fi is trash. It goes out. Sometimes you can go time and time again, weeks on end, not hearing from your family because you have not docked yet in your next country. You have not docked yet where it's some more cellular connection. That Wi-Fi wasn't strong enough. Your IT can't get that Wi-Fi back up for y'all, so y'all have been without Wi-Fi for God knows how long. You have not talked to your family. Vegetation happens on the ships. You have ran out of all food because you've been out of sea so long. Y'all out of food, so now you're eating fucking beans and rice every fucking day. because all your veggies are spoiled because you're in between ports and you haven't made it yet, so now y'all are all fucking eating goddamn rice and beans. Or you're eating shit that somebody might be harboring in their goddamn compartment and now they're selling it to you. If you smoke cigarettes, y'all out of fucking cigarettes in the ship store, so now you're paying 10, 20 bucks for a pack of cigarettes. People know you're fiending for them, and they have bought so many of them, and they don't even fucking smoke cigarettes. They just bought all the goddamn cigarettes in the goddamn store, because now y'all don't have none, and now they sell them hoes for 3 times the price what you would have paid in the store for them. It's so many things you have to think about when you're joining the military from each and every standpoint. Your family, your mental state, financing, the health benefits. They talk about this free, TRICARE. That shit not fucking free. You pay for that out of your checks, just like with a civilian job. Let me tell you, I left the military as an E3, okay? I make now, as a civilian, 19 years old, I've only been home from the military since October. I make the salary of a E5. Imagine that. I make the salary of an E5. I was in there as an E3. I have all the freedom in the world. I have just purchased me a car. I'm doing the damn thing. I'm free to do what I want to do. My thing is, don't let people make you think. Like, people who are coming out of high school or people who even think like this, don't let society trick you into thinking that it's either the military or college. Because that's what I went in there thinking. I didn't want to go to school, so I had to do the military. And it backfired. I wasn't going into the military because I wanted to be there. I was going into the military for the money because I was looking to work. I was hungry for the money so I could live my lavish lifestyle that I would like to live. You feel me? I figured I went in there and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I asked God to show me the way out, and He did. Not and bounce back and work at the biggest goddamn mortgage company, making way more a year than I would have made in the military. Period. And I was already E3. I couldn't have been an E5 for another year and a half. I skipped all of that by being a civilian with all of my freedom. All I'm saying is, make sure you weigh your options and know what you want to do and what your goal is and why you really want to join. Think long and hard, and don't let no recruiter pressure you or keep on hounding you about joining, because if you tell the recruiter you want to think about it, they're going to keep calling you back. They're going to keep on pushing up on you, coming up to your school or reaching out to you to see what your decision is, because you're going to get so overwhelmed and tired and you keep on hitting you up. You're going to fucking join. You're going to be like, what am I waiting on? Fucking join. They're going to ask you that too. You said you want to join. You said this, and the third. You said you want to get this done. What you waiting on? What's the hold up? What you scared of? What's your concerns? But you can't really generate any because they don't know ass so tough. You fucking signed a dotted line and now you're in the military. But some people are okay with being away from their family and stuff like that. But at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that plays into this. And all I'm going to say is, make sure you think long and hard. However, the military, I would say it was not all bad. It was some good memories. As you guys see, I did make some friends. I mean, I made a lot of great memories. I have so many people that I was cool with in SEPs. SEPs was fun too. Like, people always be like, oh yeah, well, SEPs was this, and the third. Or RDC, they're like, if you go to SEPs, you'll be in SEPs for a longer time than you'll be in boot camp. This, that, and the third. That's not true. It's not true. I was in SEPs. I want to say not even 30. I was in SEPs exactly 30 days. I was in SEPs 1 month. My division graduated, I believe, the day before I left. I was still at home the same time they went home. I'm so glad I made a decision to just go ahead and let them just send me. So I Actually did gain a veteran status. I was sent home with a medical discharge because of anxiety, and on top of that, I couldn't pass the swim test. And on top of that, I wasn't going to pass the swim test because my ankle was also messed up, which is perfectly fine. It's not dishonorable, and I can join again if I please to. Would I? Hell no. If I was to ever join the military, it would definitely be the Air Force. By far. So I just want to let you guys know that it wasn't an all pain situation. There was some gain. I did gain a lot of more patience. I was already confident before. It even boosted my confidence even more. It made me feel stronger. It made me feel a lot more sure of myself. It pushed me to limits I would have never ever thought I would have reached. I've overcame so many things, like physically, mentally, spiritually. It's like I found and explored new things and talents that I didn't even know I could even do, pretty much. And I pretty much took those skills that I found out about myself and I took it into the real world, put that on my resume as they told us that we could, filed my paperwork, got my documents all set up for me to be a veteran, and I'm living life happily ever after.